When you compare yourself to others, it feels like you aren't appreciating your growth system. It is like a coconut wanting to have the growth system of an orange. It won't even ripen. Today, I want to talk about something that has been hitting very close to home, and this thing happens to every single person on earth. And it is about comparing yourself to others. There is a quote that says, "Comparison is the thief of joy." For me, I would say comparison is the destroyer of self confidence. The moment you start comparing yourself with someone, that is the moment you start losing your self confidence. So that's how dangerous comparison is. I used to be this kind of person who loved comparing myself to someone else. I measure my success with someone else's success. I'm like, like this person has gotten to this place. And I'm still here trying to figure out like how did this person get to this point? Most times I compare my facial features or physique to someone else. I be like, look at how confident this person looks. Why am I just so straight? Why did God create me this way? And the moment I start doing all of that, it makes me feel less of myself. It makes me hide my body. It makes me want to wear that big clothes just to cover my shape. I don't know if you can relate to that because that was how I felt when I was still living in the world of comparison. There were times I set routines that was made out of someone else's goals and strength. It gets to some point I felt like I wasn't living my life. I felt okay. Just couldn't express myself because I was living someone else's life. Comparing yourself to others allows them to drive your behavior. You feel blind to your efforts. Like everything you do doesn't just make sense to you because you have set a standard to yourself that you need to get to. One thing I've come to understand during those times I compare myself to people is that everyone has their own different growth system. For example, coconut palms produce their first fruit in 6 to 10 years, while it can take 3 to 5 years for an orange tree to start producing fruit. Now, what I'm trying to say is that when you compare yourself to others, it feels like you aren't appreciating your growth system. It is like a coconut wanting to have the growth system of an orange. It won't even ripen. I'm not really sure if you have tasted an unripe coconut. There was a time I tasted an unripe coconut, like that was my first time, and it tasted so bad. It tastes like sad yogurt. Comparing yourself to someone limits your growth. Like there's an extent you will get to, you know what you grow again. Your growth will just cut. So instead of comparing yourself to others, here are some things you can do. Practice gratitude. Appreciate yourself for the little things you do. If they don't clap for you, clap for yourself. Like, give yourself a round of applause. Get a gratitude journal or diary. A gratitude journal will help you appreciate things you may take for granted. In your journal or diary, write down things you did well or things that makes you happy. For instance, you do some exercise or you clean your house, or maybe you do something good that you have been planning to do for ages. Write it on your journal and appreciate yourself for doing it. The next one is be contented with what you have at the moment while working for your future. So number three is compare yourself with you. You are your greatest competitor. Focus on what you can do to improve your life quality. Stop using someone else's life to measure up to your life. It doesn't make you to be your authentic self. It is just like trying to be a photocopy or replica of someone else. And that is so fake. Everyone needs a real copy of something. No one needs a photocopy. So be the real copy of you. Number four, be on your side. I don't know, there's always this main voice that judges on our mistake or weaknesses every single time. So instead of joining in when this main voice of comparison pops up in your head, choose to be on your side, relieve, soothe, and comfort yourself during those process. That main voice always comes regularly, you know the tire. So always stand for yourself. Give yourself a regular pep talks. And if you want to say it to a friend, don't ever say it to yourself. Just say it to yourself. Number five is realize that you are not perfect. No one is perfect. Embrace your imperfection. The more you embrace your imperfection, the more you become more comfortable in yourself. Number six, the last number. Do a social media detox on yourself. Social media can be a great source of inspiration, but it can also trigger inadequacy, self doubt, and frustration. Never compare your precious life to someone highlight on social media. On social media, people show you what you want to see and not the imperfect part of their life. So control social media and be the best version of yourself. Remember, you are unique in your ways, and no one can be you. I repeat, no one can be you. We want to see what you got. The world wants to see a person like you. Stop hiding behind people's shadows. Like, if you come across this video, I want you to know that your greatness is in your hands, and your limits start from here. The moment you start thinking negatively about yourself, that is the moment you start setting limits on yourself. So think positive about yourself so good things can start coming your way. Believe in God, trust the process.